This is where they're showing the steer. They've got all kinds of furniture and stuff over here for sale on the left that are handmade.
I would like to see him tying a little bit higher there at the point of the shoulder, laying back in his shoulder angulation. But overall, that's a nice steer to win the class.
See if we can't watch a few minutes of this.
Again, another structure issue. When he gets out on the move, he just doesn't handle himself well in his hocks and pasterns. I'd like to see him flex better. I'd like to see him more fluid in that area. He handles his skeleton better than the steer that wins the class, but he just doesn't have the overall shape. When you get in behind him, you wish he had more rib shape, more body. He does tie him higher there at the point of his shoulder. I think he's a longer, more extended steer there through his front 1/3. One I'd just like to see carrying more fat composition. The steer that rounds out the class, one that's just the greenest.
Talking about this steer in front of us now.
Structurally, I think he wins the class hands down. When he gets around the ring, he's really soft in his skeleton, soft in his joints, flexes really nicely, handles himself so well. I think if we push this guy a little harder in terms of feed, I think he'd pitch up to those steers. I think he structurally is the better steer of all three. To me, he just doesn't have enough cover, he doesn't have enough body, he doesn't have enough shape today. But a really nice steer structurally, like I mentioned. A nice trio, give them all a round of applause. Great way to start off the steer show.
Now, all of these steers were raised by students in the FFA program, which is the Future Farmers of America. A lot of counties and cities here in Texas, their high schools have an FFA program, because Texas and cattle and beef, it all goes together. It's a big part of the economy in Texas. And so these students, it's kind of heartbreaking because they raise these cattle from babies until they go up for auction. And I would imagine it is very difficult for them to see one of their prized cattle get auctioned off. That one's getting a little uppity and pulling the young man around with it. So, he got loose. Alright, this is the next group of steer to be inspected and graded. This one right here is gorgeous. The one right back there is beautiful too. That's a big old boy. These kids that raise these steer, they treat these steer like it's their baby. I mean, these things are pampered steers. The prices that they sell for are incredible. So he's judging that back one there. That's a strong animal right there. Pulling that girl around. crowd's so quiet. Except for that loudmouth right there. The steer.
Apologize for taking a little more time on that class. I think another close group of steers here. We're going to lead off with the young man steer. Structurally, I'll go ahead and preface with this. I think that we could adjust and we could change each one of these steers in the way they get around and move. And I won't ignore that fact. But the young man steer that's going to win the class, to me, just out on the profile, he's the most complete steer. He does tend to get a little bit straight there in his hocks. When he gets around the ring, I don't know that he's the loosest in his skeleton, but he's the best on his feet and legs. And this point in the game, you know, we've got to have a steer that can get out and move, get out and travel. I think this steer just comes to the top pretty easily in my mind.
Talking about this one right there.
The most fluid, the most sound, covers down in his tracks the best. It's still a steer that's very complete, one that's going to yield very high, one that's very, very trimmed through his chest floor, ties in really nicely there at the point of his shoulder. Love his shoulder angulation. To me, I'd like to set him back a little bit more there and set to his hocks, but I think that's a really nice steer to win the class. Gets a little bit more problematic in terms of structure issues when we get on down here into the class. Young lady steer and the young man steer here in third, I think are pretty close pairs structurally. To me, when you get a handle on this steer, he's just a little bit tighter there in his shoulder blade. I don't think he has as much cover on him. I think both of these steers are pushing out a little bit too heavy here today. Already went to blow out there in their chest floor. I'd like to change that about both of them, but two nice steers. One that we just like to see get out and travel a little better than he does. Same could be said for the young man steer, one that's just not fluid in his pasterns, not fluid in his hocks. I don't know that he's necessarily ideal in terms of his skeleton or spine either. When he gets out here on the profile, he's certainly complete enough. From his shoulder back, we like a lot about him. He's balanced, he's got plenty of shape, plenty of body, but from his shoulder forward, he's one to blow out there in his chest floor. He's already pushing fat composition when you get a handle on him. He's really, really soft.
Came in fourth place in this class.
Young man steer that's going to round out the class. I think this is a tricky one. I think there's a lot of good in this steer. I think it's kind of a position where do you match up with your class winner? Do you ignore the fact that you put him second, or does he round out the class? So we're going to round out the class with him structurally. I just do not like his hocks and do not like his pasterns. He really wants to get his feet up underneath him. I'd like to see him a whole lot sounder when he gets out on the move. He didn't show great for the young man either, and I commended the young man for hanging tough with him. I think everyone can give him a round of applause.
That's interesting seeing them judge the steer. Never been to a steer show where they judged the steer before, and to tell you the truth, I don't know exactly what they were looking for, but I was right in the one that I picked to be the winner. So just looked better to me. Bigger, stronger, and fuller. Just looked muscular. But I found it to be very interesting. And the crowd, I've had no idea the crowd just would go silent while they were judging. All right guys, next we're going to head over to this building over here. This is supposed to be where they have some of the indoor exhibits, the photography competition, and some of the artwork competition. Okay guys, I have to be quiet because they're judging the Yam Pie Contest right now on the other side of this curtain. But inside of this area here is some of the art just exhibits and contestants. Like this right here is the canning and Yam Pie Contest, and you can see all the cans on the back wall canning different vegetables and fruits, jams, and that's the winners. And all of these prizes down below go out to each person that won. And let's look at some of the artwork here. This is in the senior amateur event. And these are the entrants in the senior professional artwork competition.
I know, but they're different than the
It looks like this one right here was the one that won first place. Beautiful work. This is the senior advanced entrance in the competition.
That's my favorite.
This one right here is the second place winner. And this iguana was the first place winner. And this is the Youth 4, which is ages 15 to 18. And there's the winner this year. This is the Youth 3 for 10 to 14-year-olds. And this is the first place winner here. It's kind of a grim picture for painting a skeleton with what looks like blood all over it and butterflies.
Something like that, it's being so often you forget.
And this section right over here is the Youth 2, which is ages 6 to 9. And this is the first place winner. Ages 6 to 9. I was probably still finger painting. This is the Youth 8 to 12-year-olds. This is photography, and that's the winner.
Looks like a painting.
A lot of entrants in this one. This is the teen, 13 to 18 years of age entrance. The purple ribbons are for honorable mention. White is third place. That's a nice photo. I like that. And I don't see the first place winner on this one, so I don't know what's up with that. Oh, there it is. I'm sorry, I missed it. There we go. This one is called Happy Shrimp. This is the second place winner. This one is called Reflections. Alright, this is the advanced professional photography competition. That's your second place winner there. There's honorable mention. This one here is first place. And then this is the amateur competition here. This one's honorable mention. Honorable mention. I like that photo, that's nice. Another honorable mention. This one won third place. That one's called Splish Splash. Here's the first place winner. It's called Peace. It's an honorable mention there. That's a nice photo. And here's the second place winner. It is called I Love You. That must be the Gilmer High School football field there. This is the amateur division. Here's an honorable mention. Honorable mention. There's an honorable mention. There's a chocolate lab. Beautiful. Honorable mention. That looks like our cat. Okay, this is the vendors area. And it appears that there is a lot of vendors. I imagine I'm going to see a lot of canning vendors here because the event here, they have canning competitions. Yeah, here's one here now. Brittle pickles, jellies, and relish. There's some cutlery over there. Got hats and purses. Looks like they got sundresses and sunglasses and hats over there. And you can tell we're in Texas. They have somebody here selling custom-made holsters for your gun.
Oh, thank you.
A lot of handmade goods. Here's a booth that sells custom quilts. Got candies, treats. Custom clothing. Homemade cookies over here. This place sells a lot of earrings and Christmas ornaments. Homemade brittle, Indian rugs, sage and sweetgrass bundles. There's a area over to my right, over past this building, where they have paintball going on right now. Kids out there shooting each other with spheres of paint. At least I believe that's what it is. It may be the gel ball or whatever they call it now. Look at some of these bird cages they have here. Alright guys, since Janet wasn't able to make it out here with me today, and she really wanted to go, I felt bad that she couldn't go. She's been wanting a birdhouse or a bird feeder, so that's my haul today. And hopefully that'll cheer her up and she won't feel so bad about not being able to come out here. And hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is a much bigger event than I thought it would be. And this is just a portion of it. Like I said, there's another 3 or 4 big events going on out here today. And this goes on for 7 days. And each day they have different events. Today they're having the steer auction. Tomorrow will probably be the pig auction or the goat auction or the chicken auction. I don't know if they auction chickens, but neat place. A lot of fun. Everybody was wonderful out here. Great weather. What more could you ask for? So if you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button, the subscribe button, hit the little bell up in the corner for notifications. And until next time, I hope everybody has a great day. Bye-bye.
Strange RV tours will take you places with Greg and Janet's smiling faces. You might see a crazy flavored soda review or some tips to fit your RV too. So come along, won't you join us, friend, as we discover what's around the bend. Just sit right back in your easy chair. Strange RV Tours is on the air. Strange RV Tours is on